Hey guys, MotoZombie here, day 2 with the bike. I wouldn't say day 2, but only my second day riding it. We got 26 miles on the clock. Very warm today. It's got to be in the mid to high 80s. I'm recording with the drift camera. I got the remote on my wrist. I did try something a little different today. I set the microphone to its lowest setting in the drift camera, hoping to clean up the audio just a little bit. And I also adjusted the angle of the mount up a little bit to give a little less view of the handlebars and a little more of the road I'm on. I just left work a couple minutes ago. So very happy with the bike. I will say the highway was a little shaky this morning. You know, you get up, in the 70 mile an hour era, and with my size, I'm 6'4", about 250 pounds, 245 pounds. This little tiny windscreen on the front of this doesn't do much for me, that's for sure. So I'm pretty much taking all the wind right to the chest and the helmet. Which was a big difference from my previous bike, obviously, which I talked about on my first video. So seeing how the audio was recordable, it was, you could pretty much make out what I was saying. I figured we'd talk about what topics that I'm going to try to kind of stick to. I mean, anything goes. It's pretty much whatever we can have fun with. But I'd like to gear it all around kind of the pursuit of happiness and what we do on a day-to-day basis. I'm not a big bike mechanic kind of enthusiast. I ride. I have for many years. Pretty much since I was able to legally, and before that it was dirt bikes and motocross. I've owned Yamaha Special 650. I had a Yamaha Seika 650 Turbo. That was a nasty little bike. I liked that bike a lot. Wish I still had it. Wish I never got rid of it. They only made them, I believe, the 2 years. I don't know if it was 81 and 82 or 82 and 83. But the fact that I survived some of my most wildest, craziest years on that bike and survived it is definitely a good thing. Let's see, after that I went to a ZX11 Kawasaki. Again, that was a pretty nasty bike. When I got done with that, I actually went through 2 motors on that bike. But it happens. I beat the shit out of that bike. After that, I had a VMAX for a little while. Alright, how about getting off your phone? You stupid fuck. Jesus. All this technology and people insist on holding their phone up to their ear. Not use their turn signals. There you go. Alright, where were we? So I've had several bikes some dirt bikes in between, some little bikes here or there, just little project bikes to, you know, cruise around on. Ones that I pretty much buy and sell to just, you know, kind of quench the thirst of riding a little bit, you know, when I didn't have a bike, but not, you know, a deal would come up, it's not really the bike that I want, but just to be back on a bike, even if it's temporarily until I sell it, or, you know, kind of worked. Now I have the Honda here, which is, like I said, a well-tuned commuter. Very, very comfortable to ride in traffic like this. Very light. I did opt for the back rack, like I spoke about in my last video. And I do have a rear trunk that I bought. A monolock, Kappa monolock, just an inexpensive one. But I really like the mounting on it, the way it, you know, I can just put it on when I really need it. You know, with the frunk up front here, the storage compartment, I don't think I'll need, you know, the luggage all the way around on a regular basis for what I'm going to be doing. So I got that for two reasons. If I do have a pillion, I have the padded rest to mount to the case, and that'll make the missus feel a little more secure in the back. As I said before, she wasn't big for the highway, even on the Beamer, and that thing was like a, you know, a rolling armchair. It was a very comfortable bike. But I don't expect that she'll be on the back of this that often. Like I said, I'm 250 pounds. And with her on the back, it's a significant amount of weight. So yeah, so I've had several bikes. Now, this one here, I bought primarily for the fuel economy, the fact that it was small but yet tall. You know, like I said, I'm 6'4". I'm really not into the cruiser style, the low to the ground with my feet pointing forward. I mean, I would love to have a set of highway pegs just to stretch out when I need to, but other than that, I like the sportiness feel of the bike. Same thing with the BMW compared to, say, the Goldwing. Goldwing was a beautiful bike as well, similar to the K1200 LT BMW, but I just felt that the BMW handled the turns better, you know, the twisties. I could do a little sport riding in it while riding it, and still have that luxury feel for traveling. The Goldwing, I found it to be just too big and bulky for any kind of real sport riding at all. So now, granted, I don't carve up the twisties, I don't hit the canyons or nothing like that. I've been known to grind a foot peg now and then, but other than that, it's not something I do on a regular basis. If I really want to do sport riding, I'll buy a Super Sport and go that route. This is primarily, I can have a little bit of fun with it, or a lot of fun actually. I mean, but you know what I'm saying, just not going to the races in a Honda NC700X. Hit the track with it, although that would be pretty fun. So that's it. I don't, I'm one of those people that really, when I get something like this, I don't plan on selling it or upgrading it. I think it's a fairly inexpensive motorcycle that I could keep as a commuting bike. And then once it gets, a good amount of miles on it and I get something else, I'd loan it out to, other people that would want to ride with me. Or even teach the kid how to ride if he gets a little taller. So going through New Haven, Connecticut right now. We deal with some of the worst traffic. The 91-95 merge, it's on nothing but construction. New Veterans Memorial Bridge going over to 95. So it's sitting in my truck, getting 12 miles to the gallon, sitting still. Didn't appeal to me on a regular basis with the nice weather. So I said, well, it's time to buy another bike. Here I am, talking to you good people. Well, most of you are good. It wasn't like I was getting anywhere any time fast. You know, that one of the things that pisses me off about some of these idiots. You know, they'll beep at you because you're letting cars go just so they can race to the next red light. It's like, you're racing to the next red light. You can't let somebody through. I mean, they're holding up traffic on 2 other cross streets, all because you want to get to the red light first. Never understood it. Got a women's softball game, I guess, ready to start. So I bounced off the red limiter a few times this morning. I'm getting on the highway. You know, you really take some planning. You know, I try not to overdo it during the break-in period. You know, I'm trying to just short shift and put on some miles, wear it in a little bit. Getting on the highway, I had to kind of give it some gas, and I realized that I was already at the upper end of that gear, and the power just cuts right off. I mean, you're going and it's like, whoa, it says hell no. Like right now, on the highway doing 52, 53 at about 3,000 RPMs. I'm in 5th gear now. Now here's the traffic I was talking about. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy with filtering through or nothing, but I'll definitely ride this lane right up until the last minute and then get over. This traffic just gets to be ridiculous. Now I know a lot of you guys would probably zip right through here. I believe California is the only state that's legal, where you can lane split or filter or whatever it is you want to call it. Not legal here. And just for the fact that not used to the mirrors yet, I have to be a little careful. Much smaller than you're used to in daily driving. So this part of the drive, we're coming up to Long Wharf here, New Haven. You know, it's not always like this. certain times of the day, but it just seems that every time that I need to go this way, this is the traffic I deal with. And this is actually not that bad. This used to go down to one lane right up here, and it was brutal. It was brutal. You would get a lot of the jerks come flying up on your right in the exit only, and then cut over real quick. And cut you off. But this opens up to another exit only. And I'll buzz right up that. I actually have to stop back at the motorcycle dealership. They seem to have misplaced the back of my license. I don't know why they need the back of it, but she said she had the front, but she needed the back. So I'll swing in there. Find out when the rest of the luggage carrier is going to be in so that they can put it on. And people know this lane ends up here, and they try to look, see, like this guy right here. Oh, look! I'll just go whizzing up the breakdown lane. Oh, there is no breakdown lane. Shit, let me get back over again. That's when I really start to get pissed off. I've been known to kick a cage or two. Not good. Don't need that kind of stress in my life. Just drive right. Never understood it. Everybody's in a hurry. Buy a motorcycle. If everybody drove motorcycles, we wouldn't need all these lanes. There wouldn't be this many problems. MotoZombie for president. You're only allowed to drive a cage in bad weather. Fucking turn signal, you fucking idiot. There we got New Haven Harbor off to the left there. To my right, you'll see the New Haven Register. It was one of the first newspapers in the area. Just closed this office. You know, with digital newspapers and everybody getting their news online, you'll see more and more of that. Crazy, I tell you, crazy. Oh, here's something interesting right here. They built this whole apartments here, which is I imagine it's going to be apartments, out of shipping containers. And I don't know if they're going to put like patios up on top, but you can see there are trucking containers up on piers. Kind of interesting. Kind of makes you wonder if it's cost effective to actually do that. I mean, I would think everything needs to be welded. Cutting a hole in the wall is, you know, done with a cutting torch or a plasma cutter. I'd like to know what the cost of that per square foot would be compared to conventional stick built or even modular. Something to think about. So I've been kind of rambling on here, talking a whole lot about a whole lot of nothing. But I think gotta take the trip up to like northern Connecticut on the bike. I think you guys would enjoy that. It's a nice wooded, motorcycle friendly area. Definitely much better than riding around here. Smelling more exhaust. And it's still New Haven, Connecticut. And here we are, Libby's Yamaha. Good group of guys here. Typical salesman though, you know. You really got to watch what they're doing, because they will say one thing and then do another half the time. But, alright guys, let me go in and take care of this. Thanks for taking the ride with me, and we'll see you in a little bit.